Hi everybody, welcome to Colette's Thermi Kitchen. My name is Colette Retrieger. I'm a very passionate Thermomix consultant here in Australia.
That's good cheese. What cheese is that?
That is a vintage cheddar.
Aged cheddar.
I'm in the middle of doing my spiel.
Oh, go on. Sorry.
If you're thinking of getting a Thermomix, please reach out. I'd love to look after you and have you join our crazy Thermomix family. Now today I'm doing something that I absolutely love to make. It's a very simplistic version, but it's so good, and I really recommend you have a go at doing this, especially as we're approaching Christmas. Now these beautiful Lavosh, you'll buy maybe 6 of these in a bag, and you'll pay maybe $9–10 for them. They will probably cost you under $1.
What are they called?
Lavosh.
Lavosh.
So good. So that's what we're making today.
They're French, are they? Lavosh. Must be. Lavosh. Lavosh. Of course it's French.
So it's my own recipe, and tonight I will be putting it up on my blog, so it will be there for you tomorrow. I haven't quite finished doing all the typing and stuff, so it's not a cookie dough recipe, but it's super simple. Alright, so what we're going to do, we are going to add into the Thermomix bowl 210 grams of plain flour. You could, if you wanted, maybe sub 50 grams of that for wholemeal flour, up to you. So I'm just using 210 grams of plain flour, and there'll be notes about the subbing on my blog post. Now to that I am going to add a decent pinch of salt. Remember, salt is what's going to flavour this, so a good pinch of salt.
A decent pinch as opposed to an indecent.
Like a good teaspoon is probably
Teaspoon, so
what we need.
that's decent, is it?
Yeah.
What's an indecent pinch of salt?
What most people think. All right, and then so we've got 210 grams of plain flour, a decent pinch of salt, about a teaspoon. I've got 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I'm going to pop in here. I just need to measure this up. Bring up the scales. 100 grams of just warm water. Warm water helps to mix it better than cold water. So warm water. Excellent. Okay. So that's good, and that's everything. That's it. Flour, water, olive oil, salt. 4 ingredients to make beautiful lavosh. Right, so now we're going to just combine all of those together, and I reckon 10 seconds of speed 10 will do that job. So 10 seconds. Dum, dum, dum.
Well, Chris says hello from Hogwash Bend in South Australia.
Doesn't that sound wonderful?
Sounds something out of a Harry Potter movie.
Hogwash, that's
You say hogwash if it's like rubbish, isn't it? That's a load of hogwash.
what's Harry Potter?
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts. Not really things like that. Okay, and 10 seconds and speed 10. It's always hard going backwards. Let me just have a little look. So we're just mixing it. Now, if you did decide to put in 50 grams of wholemeal flour, what I would suggest you do is put the flour and the salt in first, and then give it maybe 5 seconds, 10 seconds at speed 5 or so, just to mix it and combine it all together. But we've got like a breadcrumby kind of mix. All right, now what we want the Thermomix to do, I'm just going to scrape down. But I'm going to get the Thermomix now to knead this for me. I love the kneading function of the Thermomix. I use it for all sorts of pastries and cakes and things, and definitely use it for this because I don't have to stand there doing this. So we're going to go into the kneading function. Andrew, leave your phone alone there.
Now someone's arguing here, says it's hogwash, not hogwash. But I had to look. It says no, hogwash is nonsense. It's hogwash, not pogwash. Maybe pogwash is the Australian version.
There. Going into our dough mode, and I think 30 seconds will be plenty, doesn't need a lot. Now you can absolutely double this recipe if you want to. This recipe here will make 8 of these beautiful lavosh, the size, and you can quite comfortably double it. Now, while that's going on, hopefully you can hear me okay. One of the things I love to pop on these is my sprinkles. So my sprinkles go on so many things. Thank you, Thermomix.
So this is your own mix, is it?
Yeah, this is my mix. This goes on the top of bread, you know, rather than just sprinkling on sesame seeds. My sprinkles go on. And basically my sprinkle mix, and you can make your own mix up. But
I use Lavosh.
Lavosh?
No, Lavosh. L-O-V.
Okay, all right. Let's get back to sprinkles. So in here, basically I've got, and I'll put this up on the blog as well, 2 tablespoons of white sesame, 2 tablespoons of black sesame, 2 tablespoons of nigella seeds, and 2 tablespoons of poppy seeds, and a big tablespoon of salt, and I also put a tablespoon of chili. And it's just such a universal thing that you can sprinkle on muffins, lavash, bread, all sorts of things, and it just adds real flavour to what you're doing. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to actually tip this all out so you can see how it's all blended together nicely. We're going to tip this out, and remember to turn the knob to get the actual dough out, so turning it back and forward, and out pops the lavosh.
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 L-A-V.
Lavash.
No, Lavosh.
Lavosh.
L-A-V-O-S-H.
Lavosh. Okay. And what we would do is we would clean that on the TM6, just like a dishwasher has different cycles. The TM6 has different cleaning cycles. We would actually clean that on the dough function. The dough function is quite unique because what it doesn't do is heat the water up. And if you've ever put hot water and dough together, it's not a pretty sight. So this is my dough, and all I need to do is I'm just going to form this into a little bit of a log. And I'm bench scraper, mat, 2 best investments in the mix shop, I reckon, definitely. So if you haven't got these, you're going to have to introduce flour into the mix because you're going to have to flour your board. With the Thermomix mat here, you don't need to introduce flour. So I'm just going to cut this first of all into 4, and then I'm going to cut it into 8. So we get 8 lavosh from this recipe here, but as I said, you can get 16 if you double it. So I'm going to take one, and I'm going to cover the others just with a damp tea towel so they don't dry out too much.
You're coughing your hand.
Over here. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to fold this.
You can have that one.
That's okay. So what I've actually done is, one of the reasons I love the mat is that I can use the lines to tell me when this is rolled out enough. Now quite often with lavash you're going to actually use a pasta machine, but this is my quick lavash and it tastes just as good in my opinion. So what I need to do is grab a little bit of kitchen paper, and I'm just going to press that down. I'm going to grab my rolling pin.
Brown baking paper.
Rolling. Yeah, baking paper. So it's just a nice non-stick. And I'm rolling as thin as I can. But for me, the reason why I love to do this on the mat is, okay, Andrew, have a look. Can you have a look? Can you see all the lines through that? I can see those lines nice and clear. That's telling me that's great. That's a good thickness. Okay. All right?
Tracing paper signal.
Yeah. Now, onto this, I'm going to add my sprinkles.
Your magic sprinkles.
And just like a chef, go on high. You know, you're going to get better coverage. Doesn't matter if you go over. Back on with your paper. Give it a quick wipe through. And then we're just going to embed those in. So another little roll. And they are ready.
You're not using your fancy roller with the colour things on the end?
Not this one, because I'm just using the French roller. So the 2 rollers I have, both from the mix shop, the French. The other rolling pin will only go as fine as 2 mil. We need this to be under 1 mil. Okay, so it's not really great for that. So this one, the French one, this has other uses as well, by the way. But you can see now that looks perfect. All right, so I'm going to grab my beautiful baking tray from the mix shop.
Can you freeze these? So how long will they last?
I've never actually frozen them. Yeah, you would be able to freeze them. They will last quite happily for about a week in a container, and just put a little bit of bread in that container so the bread will suck up any moisture. Right, now to get this off the mat, I'm going to use this here, and what I'm going to do is I'll try and go from this end at an angle. I'll go from this end, because I always do, and I'll mess it up. So get an angle, and then what you do is you pick up that little bit, and then you use this to help you pull it. So I'm pushing it kind of like that. Okay, and it is just as fine as pasta, so you can see how fine that is. And then what you will do is you'll pop that onto a baking tray, and then you'll continue to do all the others in exactly the same way. And then just to finish them off before they go into the oven, just a little bit of olive oil just on the top, just a little brush, and that's ready to be baked. Now you want to bake them in a fan oven at 170 degrees, and they'll take between 20 and 25 minutes. You do need to keep an eye on them at that 20-minute mark, because they will go brown quite quickly, really dark brown. So that's the lavosh ready for the oven. How easy was that?
Lavosh.
Lavosh. So I'll continue with these ones in a minute. So they're going to be nice and snug in there, not a problem. So let's have a little look. Now, these are the lavosh, and you can actually do a big square and use your pizza cutter to cut out thin pieces, pop them into a nice glass for people to use the dips. I tend to just kind of do this size, and then I will just break them up. Just listen to the crisp. How gorgeous is that? Just beautiful. And that's how I would usually serve them in pieces. I love them, obviously, on any kind of platter. These will always be there. And so good. And that topping, my sprinkles, is just incredible. So a bit of cheese, a bit of crackers, and then I'm just going to nibble on that. Do you want some of this, Andy?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Isn't that good? So this here is my beautiful chili jam. The recipe's on my blog. It is seriously good. This jar, it will last about 6 months in your fridge, and it's delicious with cheese. Good, Andy?
That's it. There's something so simple and is so tasty. Is there some peppers in those? That mix. I mean, the crispiness, they're light, but that whatever you put on that, yours fancy schmancy topping.
This is that.
And what did you say? That's your jam. What's it? Chili jam.
That's my my chili jam.
Okay, I never had it all before. But...
Yep, it's just delicious. Yum. So you can, if you don't want to use sprinkles, use whatever you want. You can put sumac on there.
Use that. Yep. Use the sprinkles. Will you share that with me?
I will. I'll put the recipe for my sprinkles up there. But this is brilliant on top of, as I said, bread and all that kind of stuff. I go through a lot of that. Now, another option on this one here, what I did is I didn't use my sprinkles, but I drizzled it in some honey, some crushed walnuts, and that will be, just imagine what that's going to be like with blue cheese.
I'd like it with some cheddar, please, and a bit of that jam.
Blue cheese would be nice.
I'm not over, you know me, I'm not a great blue cheese fan.
Sorry guys, we're having a little feast here.
I love the white bit of a blue cheese, but I like the blue bit.
Now you're going to like the sprinkles better. Did you like my honey parfait I did the other night? When we had those...
Oh yeah, the other day.
Our friends over, yeah?
Sunday. It was a nice mix because it was the parfait, and you made the plums, and it was that, what was that, walnut mix and the...
A walnut crumb.
Yeah, I prefer the other one. The one with your fancy sprinkles on.
I quite like that. That's beautiful. But the idea is, you've got your base, you put on it whatever you think you and your family will love. Christmas gifts, you can buy those beautiful long cellophane bags, just pop them into the bags, and just remember to keep them nice and crisp. So that's it, that's my lavosh. Recipe going up tonight. You saw how quick and easy that was to make. No reasons why you shouldn't have this beautiful lavosh on the Christmas table. Thank you, Thermomix. You make life so tidy and so easy. So that's me for today. Got a bit of walnut in my tooth now. Have a wonderful evening. My name's Colette Rodriguez. Reach out. There is still time for you to get one of these in your kitchen. Last date for Christmas delivery orders for the mix shop and for Thermomixes is the 18th of December. So come on, let's get one in your kitchen so you can make these really super easy. That's it. Bye for now. Bye, Andrew.
Bye, Andrew. Say a bit more of this one, please.
I knew you'd like the sprinkles. I even actually put a little bit of extra chilli in there for you.
Extra chilli in the sprinkles?
In the sprinkles, there's a tablespoon of chilli flakes.
Thank you.
It is yum. Let's go and have a glass of wine and finish these off, Tony. Yum.
I say, really, everyone, just trust me. You've got to try this. Clearly it's very simple, even though I didn't make it. But the volume of flavours that come out of those, I've never had a biscuit like that with cheese that hits you like that. Just wonderful.
Excellent. Have a beautiful evening, everyone. Thanks for your support and for hopping in and joining me tonight. Bye for now.